it home, home, give it a home. Buy me a sheep. Okay, if you get caught on the internet, there's 6 things you could do. Okay, one, get to a beep bop borp that someone can see you. Okay, so that would be like like a POS, or like a zippity zap with the card, the tippity tap top. You could do that too with a couple of things. You could do there is you could see if you can get someone's attention. I'm thinking that little lotto beeper that tells you it looks like you may be a winner of $2, and that's not $2 that you had before. So that's looking a gift horse and saying yes in the mouth. Excuse me. That's looking a gift horse not in the mouth, actually, because the saying is that you don't, when someone gives you a horse, you don't check its teeth to see how healthy it is. You just say thank you for the horse. But really, is that a real gift? Because, I mean, if someone gives you a sick horse, maybe that's like a real FU. Like one of those, a Trojan horse, if you will. So, uh, don't. Okay, so gift horse in the mouth, but this is not that. This is $2 that you won in the lotto, and you're not going to begrudge. You're not going to begrudge yourself to have $2. I mean, you're not going to begrudge the fact that you got $2 when you were hoping for $10 million. What are you going to do with $10 million? I mean, I don't know. Or like the nine $1 million jack prizes, jack jack prizes. You jack, you get a prize. So the internet. So you're in the internet and you got to get someone's attention. So the lotto, okay. You got the lotto, okay, and you could beep up borp at the tippity tap. That's two. Okay, there's those LED. There's the jumbotron. See if you could get on a jumbotron on the kiss cam somewhere. Okay. What's wrong with my throat today? Oh my god. So get on the kiss cam somewhere. That's three. Okay, four is the scoreboard of your local high school basketball team. You know, when someone keeps getting 69, 69, 69, you're like, wait a minute. Is that Silverhead caught in the internet? Okay, so that was four. I said there were 6 ways. There are. There's to get out. Well, to get out of the internet, no one has to this point wanted to get out of the internet once they're in it. I mean, Tron always is trying to get out of the internet, but funnily enough, Tron's the one that stays there. It's Jeff Bridges that always is trying to get out of the internet. Um, but then he liked the internet, so he stayed in. So then really nobody really wants to get out of the internet. The internet sometimes wants to get onto the wants to spooge onto the earth, but that's not. I think that's the whole point of the new movie, which is an unfortunate metaphor because of the actors involved. So there's five. Five is okay. Okay, let's recap. So there's bippity borp tippity tap. Okay, one. There's lotto. Two. There's three. The jumbotron. There's four. The high school scoreboard of your high school basketball team. Okay, that's four. Okay, five is see if you could see if your ball can drop at New Year's Eve. See if you can make the ball not drop. If you can suck in your ball as long as you can, so when the stroke comes to midnight, you're and everyone's awaiting your ball to drop, it doesn't, and then people start asking questions, and that's where you want to be. That's where you want the people to be, is starting to ask questions. Okay, and then six is skywriting. Because as you got to find an airplane that is flown by a robot. It's got a Wi-Fi on it, and then it says "Help! I'm in the internet" in smoke or writing. So those are the 6 ways, if you're in the internet, that you could signal to someone that you need assistance. Unfortunately, there's no real what could they do to get you out. Well, that's a great question, Silverhead. So you could get sucked out of the internet. Like, what you need is one of those houses that has the vacuum hose already sucked into the wall, and you just put the hose in the slot. You just like stuff the hose in the hole there, and then it starts sucking right away. Actually, the hole sucks as soon as you lift the flap. It starts sucking violently, and it's quite distressing. It's quite disconcerting for a 7 or 8 year old. So, if you want to get out of the internet, you can get maybe sucked out of the internet. Because I just watched Casper the Friendly Ghost, and they seem to have no problem sucking ghosts out with the vacuum cleaner. And Bill Pullman had no problem. Okay, so this is the other question that we have, and that is what happened to your physical body when you drove into the internet at an angle heretofore previously unknown to man, and where you drove into the internet. Well, there's nothing more important than family, one, and nothing illustrates that more, okay, than everyone in the family gets their own car, kind of like wacky racers, and you fishtail around the city. You speed and you spot and you speed bump and you race and you roll. You drift, okay. You drift and you draft into the town. You fight the bank robbers. It's usually bank robbers, and nothing's more important than family. That's what Vinnie Barbarino is going to tell you. So uh, oh yeah. So okay. So you can't get out of the internet. Your body was destroyed. I mean, there are ways for your etheric body maybe to get out of the internet, but your physical body that you manifested onto this earth with was likely destroyed in the fiery crash of the computer. Now you're like, why would a car catch on fire if it just hit a computer like a PC? Because how you get into the internet is, okay, you plug in the PC, and then you careen your car into the computer at an angle previously heretofore unknown to man. What that angle is, only you know it. Only you can discover it yourself. Okay, so the point is that there is a fiery crash that is disproportionate to the amount of force that was levied upon that computer. It's an unleashing of elemental energies, fiery balls. Okay, so your body was destroyed in this fire, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe your etheric body can escape the internet by getting sucked on by a vacuum, and there's other ways too. If there's military robots around, like on Ghost Rider 2092, then maybe you could get your body sucked into a robot, some kind of military robot, but it's like Short Circuit 2, where you don't want to fight. You're a lover, not a fighter. So there's that way to get out of the internet, and that has a lot of pluses because, excuse me, because see the problem is unfortunately I subscribed for too long to the competent man theory, which is that it was better to have skills than empathy, and not that skills aren't important, they are, and mastering a skill can bring presence of mind that's very beneficial to you and the environment and your relationships. But when you focus too heavily on being the strongest, fastest, like you think it'd be cool to be a robot, basically, is what I'm trying to say, and it's not cool. It's going to have its ups and downs and its quirks and quarks. Okay, when your mind has been downloaded into a military grade robot, and I hope it's not one of those dogs. because what can you do but prance about on going up and down steps like it was the battleship Potemkin? Okay, so I meant the Odessa steps sequence. Okay, um, which they copied in The Untouchables with Kevin Costner. So you don't want your consciousness to be downloaded into one of those dogs. And why are we even calling them dogs? Find something else with 4 feet that is less like okay. I know why we call them dogs, and that is because of the positive connotations that we have thinking of a dog. Okay, we like a dog with smile, even if you're allergic to dogs. You're like dogs, pretty decent. So, but you don't call it like a rat. You don't call it a big robot rat, okay? Because that leaves a negative connotation. But I promise you, if you see a robot dog and you're looking at it straight in the eye, or its faceplate, face sensor, as it were, its forward-facing sensor head, that little head, okay? You're not thinking dog. You're thinking, oh my God. So don't get your consciousness transferred into one of those dogs. Those robot dogs. Other than that, don't really know how you would get out of the internet. But, the imagination is your limit.